What's up, Travis with TCustomz Productionz, TCustomz.com. I was just on some of my various social media accounts responding to a number of your messages on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and I came across a post. It was actually a SoundCloud link. Just reminded me of a topic that I talked about, I think, a couple of years ago. I wanted to bring this back up, focus on one particular area because I think it's very important for you as a rapper, MC, independent recording artist. In particular, if you are downloading instrumentals online to use for your projects, whether you're going on SoundCloud or YouTube or SoundClick or doing a Google search for instrumentals, or you have go-to producers that you shot beats on their site. To me, I think this is super important if you are serious about establishing your fan base or just growing it to the next level, because it's all about branding at the end of the day. Whether you're a producer, MC, a business, whatever, it comes down to how people perceive your brand. And it starts as a musician or an artist with the quality of your music, and then you build off of that. And especially as you're acquiring new fans and customers, what's their first impression of you and your music? A potential fan hears your music for the first time and they get a bad taste in their mouth about what to expect from you as far as quality or just the overall perception of your brand. It could be very hard to reverse that as the years go on. So again, I was on Twitter, I clicked on this link, the guy posted this new track on SoundCloud. He had me credited as the producer on that, so I just clicked it. I hadn't heard his track before. I wanted to listen and see what the music sounded like. My first impression was the track was dope. It sounded professionally recorded. I can tell you took time on the lyrics. The song as a whole was put together very well. The main issue, and not because that I made the beat, but more so just as a listener trying to enjoy the music, he was using a demo version of the beat and the tag was playing through like every 8 bars. I first want to say that this video is not to say, well, artists need to support the producers and no free beats and all this kind of stuff. That is not the intention with this video at all. The point I want to make is that you need to be very conscious of how other people, potential fans, are perceiving your music. As many producers do that provide instrumentals online, they typically tag their instrumentals. They put an audio watermark or a series of audio watermarks over top of their beat that they put online for stream for 2 main reasons. Number one is primarily for branding. So you may have the producer name as an audio tag, you may have the website, or hey, you can purchase this beat at soandso.com. So they use it for branding, and then also to encourage the artist to get a higher quality untagged version of that. You have this tag that's playing every 4, 8, 16 bars over and over, that's going to distract from the overall recording of the song. And so if the artist wants to record that, they'll come back and get a license for it. Similarly, the way that if you went to a photographer and had a photo shoot done, you take a series of pictures, they give you back the proofs or the watermarked versions of those pictures so you can go through them, and then once you figure out which ones you want to purchase and get the high quality versions of, you can go back and purchase those prints. Another thing worth mentioning is that some producers actually have different levels of free or different levels of demonstration or actual free untagged versions. So in some cases, you may have a producer that puts a tag at the beginning and the end, and they say, hey, use this for your production, put this on your project, give production credit, and you can distribute so many copies or whatever. Or you may have some producers that release a fully untagged version and say, hey, you can distribute this or do whatever you want. But especially in the cases when there is an instrumental that has multiple tags playing throughout the beat and is going to take away in some regard from the quality of the final song, this is where it can become more of an issue for your artist brand. I know the number one rebuttal for most artists is that I don't use the untagged versions because I don't have the money to invest in the leases or the licenses to use the beats. While I understand that, you can continue to use tag beats if you want. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective from your brand and the overall quality, the way that the listener is perceiving your music, especially if you're using a track that has somebody else's website that says purchase your beat at so-and-so, or has another producer brand and it's being played throughout your entire song. I understand that some people just put out projects just to kind of rap and kind of as a hobby type of thing, but I don't want you, if you are serious about branding for real, that using a demonstration version of an instrumental can be taken away from the way your brand is being perceived. There's a lot of potential investments that need to go into releasing a song or a project, from the graphics to the music videos if you're shooting those, to recording, to mixing and mastering, any kind of additional marketing and promotion that's going behind it. I know a lot of artists are on a shoestring budget. You may even be able to work out something specifically with the producers. You can contact them. I would recommend, if you have a producer that you're downloading a lot of their beats and you want to use for your project, some of them do offer bulk specials and discounts, but you could also, if your approach is right, send them an email and say, hey, I really like what you do, support the instrumentals that you're putting out. I would like to use a number of these in my project. Is there any way you can work out an additional bulk discount or special for me? Some of them may not respond, but some of them may, and you may be able to get the high quality versions at a very minimal investment. Build your networks with the producers that you're using tracks from. Contact them. If nothing else, just reach out on social media and say, hey, and build kind of your network. That even goes with your music videos and any kind of mixing and mastering, because can barter services. If you are on a very strict budget, and even if you're not, just building your network in general is going to help you progress and move through in this music game. If you find producers out here that are releasing, untagged instrumentals or limited tagged instrumentals, and you have permission to use those on your project with, say, production credit, that could definitely be an option for you starting out. Just be very conscious if you are releasing tracks that are over fully tagged instrumentals. Just be conscious of this, that it could be affecting the way that people are perceiving your music, the quality, and the quality of artist that you are. If you agree, disagree, feel free to drop in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. As always, you can feel free to connect with me on all the social media platforms that'll be listed in the description. If you have any other comments or questions, you can always contact me on the website. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Check out TCustomz.com for more resources for producers and artists. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.